For a directorial debut, this is amazing. To think that this started the career of Lee Winnell as a director is just amazing, because like shortly after this we got Invisible Man, which is probably one of the most successful reimaginings of an existing horror franchise that we've had, at least in the last decade. He also stars in it, which is quite fun. And some of the shots in this movie look so like professional, and they give like this kind of eerie vibe. Just like visually, you don't even have any music, you have nothing, you're just like looking at it and like you feel like the chills come down like your spine and stuff like that. And it really shows like how much like effort and thought he's actually put into the process and the craft. Being that this is a prequel, right? Like most prequels don't work because we already know like everything that's going to happen to the characters. We know the plot, we know everything, you know. This movie doesn't actually suffer for any of the prequel problems, because it actually has a story to tell and it focuses on something else. So we don't necessarily need to kind of follow Elise through the complete journey. You know, we meet her like essentially like back at the beginning of her story, which is great. Had her trying to get over her dead husband, and that kind of connected with this other family because they had recently lost their mother and they were also trying to get over that. So that connectivity was very well hounded and very well done. There's a great scene where Elise and the father are kind of connecting over losing their loved ones. It's beautiful. Main Ghost was extremely effective at the beginning. Like, just the moments where he was just waving were just like so creepy and like so surreal. But, you know, the glimpses were really good and they were really effective for what we could. You know, every single time we saw the footprints, you know, the kind of chills like ran down your spine and it kept on building the tension. That was extremely well done. But as soon as you actually get the reveal of what he looks like, it's not really that scary and it loses all that kind of terror factor. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but just the overall look just really doesn't do anything for me. As I mentioned with regards to this story, like, we knew that Elise and the duo were working together because of the movies that came previous, obviously, but we never actually found out like how they met. And this movie goes through that. And like we find out like how they start working together, and like in the next one we kind of find out like, you know, what that kind of looks like. And it's good, it's interesting. I love their dynamic. You know, most of the time like you get stuff like Poltergeist where you got these investigators and, you know, the woman is the lead, but in this one it actually feels like they are actually working as a team. They're not, you know, they need each other for support, and I love that. Watching this movie chronologically is so much better, in my opinion, because instead of like a lot of things that would come off of Easter eggs, it feels like it's foreshadowing something to come in the future installments, and it just kind of builds on like the mythos of, because, you know, you got all the things with the bride and the bride wanting to kill Elise. It's great, and like, you know, it feels like it's like working towards something as opposed to going, oh yeah, you know, this happened in this movie, you know, this is also a reference to that. Look, it's cool, we're doing connectivity. But yeah, it's a bit like Star Wars, because you got like that, it comes first, and like that connective tissue actually like makes you enjoy that a lot more. The crawling ghost, like, don't even get me started. Like, that was extremely creepy and I loved it. There was also a scene with a window that made me jump, and I don't usually do that, but it got me, and like it got my girlfriend too, whoever like that, and like it was funny, it was great. I really enjoyed that. But I actually had a blast watching this, and yeah, it's a good movie, it's enjoyable.